About 2 months ago now. Yeah, this is the rate at which I make vlogs. I'm doing the community channel approach to things. I went back to Stockholm to visit the friends and the family. I first imagined that I would vlog normally, as in talking into the camera while away, but apparently I'm not really too good at that.
Hey.
So I'm doing this in hindsight with the wisdom of making things in hindsight, and lots of coffee. So here we go, this is now the end of the introduction, here comes the next bit of the vlog. Are you ready? Because here it... After moving to London in early February this year, I hadn't been back to Sweden since. 9 months was the longest I'd ever been away in one go. I could have gotten myself pregnant on the flight to London and given birth on the plane back. That is, of course, a very silly idea. I mean, who would ever want to have sex with a slappy? Ha ha ha. So I took the tube and I took the plane and the train, and then I found myself in the land of the largest city in Sweden, the birthplace of the TheFishSlappee, and the largest city in the Stockholm area. Ta-da! Stockholm is the capital and largest city of Sweden, the country of mooses, of ABBA, of boring cheese, and beneficial paternity leaves. It was not founded in the 16th century by the famous Gustav Vasa. It's the home of the Nobel Prize people, the Swedish royalty, and the New York Fashion Week. One of the many historically significant events that took place here was the Stockholm bloodbath of 1520, which took place here on Stortorget. Some Danish king was very pissed about his country's not so beneficial paternity leaves, I guess, so he had 90 Swedish people executed right here. The blood ran down the cobblestone paths, the streets were filled with terror, and I bet someone was masturbating furiously, which is fine, in Sweden we don't judge. By the way, interesting fact about the Danish king who made this bloodbath happen. In Denmark he's known as like Christian the Lovely or something, and here in Sweden he's known as Christian the Fuckface. Hey, that is interesting, isn't it? Yay. Next we come to another attempt at live vlogging.
There's some old shit behind me. There's like a palace over there, which I won't show you.
Well, okay, fine, here it is. That's where the current monarch of Sweden lives. Wow. Is it Gustav II Adolf? Right? I'm actually not sure. Bad Sweden. Anyway, he's here, and it's right across the water from the Swedish Parliament, and this is Stadshuset, where the Nobel Prize dinners are held. Absolutely no idea what the hell goes on here the rest of the time. But okay, so now that you know a little bit about Stockholm, what did I do here? I hung out with friends. We walked around a lot because shit me, Stockholm is a nice city. I've known some of these people since elementary school. They are the genius behind Torkel and Abigail. We are a very, well-functioning group together. If our group was an asshole, it would be a very, very well-functioning one. Then in the evening I had dinner with my family, minus my sister who also lives in London, who didn't come along sadly. The Slappee family is not a very traditional family who, have family dinners and stuff like that. But, as individuals we still like hanging out with each other, so why not? If my family was an asshole, it would be a very untraditional one. Woke up at my mum's place, had a look at the Swedish banana peel, and headed on into town again. This time around, I had no plans at all. It was really relaxing to just walk around aimlessly for hours. It felt like my soul took a huge shit in the open mouth of stress and anxiety. Shit, that was over the top. Or as we say it in Sweden, over the snop liksom, yeah. Okay, so snop is the word for penis in Swedish, not worth explaining, moving on. Okay, I did meet up with friends again in the evening, and I don't really know. The day after that was pretty much more of the same. I did sit down for a coffee at a hipster cafe with a book. Look how fucking cultured and cool and single I am. After this fruitless cry for attention, me and my brother went to my dad's place. We had dinner, got shit-faced, and discussed politics, music, philosophy, literature, and dick size. Woo! And then the next day I went back to London. And that's it. Now I'm back in London. In my tiny room without my Swedish friends, without my family, alone, and depressed. No, Jesus, what am I saying? Thank you so much for watching, I really mean that. If my gratitude was an asshole, it would be a really genuine one.